Hello everyone, my name is Maria. Welcome to my channel. Today I will teach you some basic pattern of tatting. Tatting is a technique with which you can make laces with the help of a needle and a thread. These needles are specifically made for tatting. So you would need a needle and a thread. And the first step is to thread the needle and keep an extra 60 to 70 centimeter thread for work. Now we will start with the double knots. Double knots are done by pulling the thread through the front of your finger and then the back of your finger. For your understanding, I will do it very slowly. So this is a front knot, knot A, and this is a back knot, knot B. Again, front knot A, and from the back of your finger B. Again, roll the thread along your finger in the front. It's knot A, and when you roll the thread in the back of your finger and pull through the thread, it's knot B. Knot A, knot B. Watch carefully. Knot A from the front of the finger, and now knot B through the back of the finger. So these are called double knots because this is half of the knot and this knot completes the knot. It is counted as one. So front knot A, back knot B. These are called one. Front and back. So now we count the knots and we need to make 9 knots. 9 double knots. So let's count them. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 double knots. Now, to make a small picot, to make a spacing, we have to put our finger on the needle to create that spacing and make a front knot and make a back knot. When we pull these together, there will be a small picot. So now these are again 2 knots, 3 knots, knot A, knot B, 4 knots, A and B, 5 knots, A and B, 6 knots, A and B, 7 knot. We will create 9 knots again. So this one is the front knot A, back knot B, and the last one will go after this. Knot A, knot B. So now let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we will have to pull it through the remaining thread. To make the transfer of the pipes easily through the needle, make sure that you bring the end of the thread closer to the needle. Now we pull it through. Make sure that you don't pull through the end of it. We need to keep the loop in the end so that we can tie a knot. When we pull through the end of it, there will be a small petal created. Pull gently but a little tight, and here is your first petal. Now we will secure this petal with a knot. So pull through the needle and tie a knot. So now this petal is secured. As you can see, I have made this pattern before, and here is the first petal that we have created right now. Now we have to create this loop, and that loop has a picot, so we will be creating a picot. Always make sure whenever you're working, keep your needle towards the line of work. So again, we start making double knots. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 double knots. Once you get a hang of it, it's very easy. Now we create a picot. Place your finger gently on the needle and create a picot. This loop, small loop, is called a picot. Now again double knots. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the first knot after the picot is also counted. Right from the picot, the first knot is also counted as one. So now we have this pipe and we pull it through the thread again like we did previously. Pull it through gently and we will again secure the end of it with a knot. Fix wherever possible. Gently fix the flaws. Pull the thread tightly, but not so tightly that it loses the shape. You can flip it around for tying a knot. Pull the needle through the loop and here is a knot. So now the pipes are secured. Now forward from here. Always keep the needle towards the thread that is coming from the pile of the thread, not from the end. Always to the further, to the ball of the thread. Now again the double knots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The double knots, always the double knots, knot A and knot B. Okay, so now we have done 9 double knots, and to connect this petal to the previous one, we pull the thread with the help of a crochet hook through the small picot that we had made in the previous petal. Pull the thread through and through the needle. Now we do further knots. The front knot A as close as possible, second knot, front and back knot, knot A, knot B, knot A, knot B, knot A, knot B. So we have to make the same count of knots as we did before. After making these knots, we pull them through the thread. Make sure that you have your finger at the end of the thread so that it doesn't pull through completely. Now pull it through the loop and pull a little gently and close the second petal. We have to secure it, so at the end of it pull a little tightly so that the pipe gets its shape nice and clean. You can see here the one that I had done before. So now we have done this one and this shape here and the small petal inside it. So now we are done with 2 small petals and 1 big loop. So we take the structure forward. We tie a knot to secure this structure first, and now we always keep the needle towards the thread from the ball and start making further knots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So again 9 knots and a small picot. After the picot we will continue with again the 9 knots front and back. So these are called double knots. Knot A and knot B is counted as 1. So we make 9 double knots and a picot and 9 double knots in the previous petal. And here after these small 2 petals and a big loop, we don't make the picot. So we skip the picot and we just make 9 and 9, 18 knots, double knots, and pull through the thread. Pull a little tightly. Secure it with a knot. And now we do another petal. Needle always facing forward. 2 double knots, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Always count the knots so the structure is symmetrical. Now we pull the thread through the corner of the petal, the small petal, and pull it through the needle with the help of a crochet hook. And now further make the double knots again. Front and back knot, knot A and knot B, knot A, knot B, in the same manner. I am doing a very detailed tutorial because it is meant for the beginners. So you can pause it in between and you can see. Now we pull through the thread, and in the end don't forget to pull through the loop that remains at the end. So now secure them tightly. Here is our third small petal. This is a very simple pattern for tatting for beginners, and you can make beautiful jewelry pieces with it. Secure the end with a knot. Today I am showing you how to make earrings with this pattern. You can use this in multiple type of jewelry pieces, and you can even gift it to the people you love. It's a beautiful handmade gift. Now we look at the structure that we had made before, and we have made 3 small petals and 2 big ones. So now we will make the remaining loops. Now we make the big petal on the outside. 2 double knots, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have to make the double knots again. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Remember that we only did 1 picot on one of the big petals. We don't need to picot all the big petals. All the remaining petals are without picot, without that small cute loop. Now pull through tightly and secure the end with a knot. Now we make further petal by the double knots again. Knot A, knot B, knot A and B, A and B, A and B, A and B. Repeat it. Now we have 9 knots, and we pull through the center of rest of the petals with the help of a crochet hook, and we pull it through the needle. Now we will go on further, making 9 double knots. So knot A from the front as close as possible, and knot B. 8 more. 3, 4, 5. Always count the knots. And pull through the needle. Pass the needle through the loop remaining at the end and secure. So now it's starting to take its shape. Already looks very beautiful. You can make many things with tatting techniques. So these are some small gifts that you can make for your loved ones. And they are very easy to do. Now secure this with a knot. And let's go on to doing the last one. Now again double knots, knot A, knot B, A, B, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the design to be symmetrical, we always have to count the knots so the patterns are exactly similar length. The longer petal is 18 knots, double knots. And now we pull through the thread. Always make sure to pull gently so that the structure comes together, and don't forget to tie a knot at the end. And secure with a knot. Now we will attach it to the rest of the structure. So when you are making it, you will have an idea how rest of the petals are coming out of the pattern, so you can follow the similar design and connect this petal to rest of the structure. So every big loop is coming out of the corner of the small petals. So connect it to the corner of the remaining small petal, pull through gently and tie a knot. So now the structure is complete. So this was one of the basic patterns in tatting. It just has 4 small petals and 4 big petals. And now this structure is finished, and we will just clean out the thread that is hanging around. For this, we will push the needle through the pipes and pull it out and cut the excess thread. So now watch closely how I am pushing the needle through inside of the pipe and pulling the thread. Now once the thread is through the pipe, cut the excess thread and you will have a clean petal. We will do the same with the other end of the thread. For this, we need to thread the needle, cut the thread at a small distance, pull it through the needle like this, and like how we did previously, pull it through the pipe. Once you pull through the excess thread, just chop off the excess that's hanging out. Be careful while chopping the excess thread and do not damage the pattern. Now here you have it, the basic pattern of tatting with 4 small and 4 big loops. You can accessorize it with some hooks. I have the earrings hook here, so I will put this through the small picot we had made on one corner of the big petal. This was the reason we didn't leave more picot, because we only need to hang it from one side. So now, with the help of the pin head pliers, open the hook, pull it through the picot and close it back again. And here is how the finished product looks like. We do the same with the other earring, other pattern, and here we have 2 earrings. With tatting techniques we can make a lot of jewelry. We can make bracelets and necklaces, earrings. You can experiment with the patterns and make a lot of jewelry, and also put some beads in, some stones. So here is the final product. Easy to do and a great gifting option for your loved ones. I hope you liked this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you very much. Have a good day.